Me gonna shoot God's heart, me gonna forget mine.
Levi.
Yeah. It's time to choose God's heart, family. It's time to depart.
Greetings, our Hebrews like brothers and sisters. This is the High Priest, L.D. Smith, the Watchman on the wall. Family, as always, grab that King James. But first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. That being said, family, we going into our teaching. I think I named this one. The beginning and the end is the same, something along those lines. We are still dealing with time, and one has to understand that there's a time and a season for everything. And there's a beginning and the end for everything, but the beginning and the end is the same in one. All praise, all praise. Now, as I stated, I want you guys to read along with me. I want you guys to think about it, ponder, imagine. Think about what we're talking about, okay? And I know that the Most High will give you clear understanding. Now, we're coming from the book of Psalms of chapter 33. We're going to look at verses 6 through 11. And we're going to show you here that the beginning and the end is the same. It says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the host of them by the breath of his mouth. He gathers the waters of the sea together as in heap. He layeth up the depths of the storehouse. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. He spake, and it was done. He commanded, and then it stood fast. It was there, unmovable. It's not going to ever change. It stood fast. Now, look what he says. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathens to naught. He maketh the devices of the people non effect. So, in other words, no matter what these people down here say, you, I, if we're not speaking what he has said, it ain't worth 2 dead flies in a cup of sour milk. I'm telling you. And he's telling you, even the devices, even the technology that they have down here, he said, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Einstein, out of all the smartest ones that have ever carried on a conversation, and their name was left as a legacy for us to look to as the one that was very intelligent, he says, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. You and I don't know anything without him. It's right in the pages. He is saying here to everyone that is down here on this planet and everywhere else that y'all ain't nothing. Anything that you have that you call yourself using, he says, to me, that is nothing. And I will prove it to you. That's why he told Joshua, he said, no man shall ever be able to stand before you. All the days of your life, so was I with Moses, so will I be with you. David said that you caused and you taught my hands for war. You caused me to run through troops. You caused me to leap over walls. You did that. You caused me to do things that the natural man looked at me and said, well, how could he do that? See, this is what it is. It is implying about. Man has no power when it comes to God. And I think it's in Psalm 62, it says, I heard God spoke it once, and I heard it twice. That power belongeth unto God, nobody else. And see, once we see this, you can see how he have fashioned our lives, how he have, see, let me tell y'all something. Our ancestors laid it out. Say that. God said that I knew you before I even put you in the womb. And see, even before my bones and stuff started to develop, and you was observing me, you was watching me, you was looking at me. You looked at me as I was being formed in the womb. You saw me. You saw before my bones even started to grow. You saw all that. You was right there with me all the time. That's the God that I serve. He sees and knows everything. And he lets you know, no matter what you're facing. If I'm with you, baby, you ain't facing nothing. You ain't facing nothing. And see, everybody walking around and not talking about, I got you. Listen, baby, let me tell you something. The only one that got us is God. The Most High God. He's the one that says, I got you. Because the psalm says, the Lord is my keeper. The Lord is the one that has kept me. See? You can't keep yourself and nobody else. The Lord, he is our keeper. See, when the Lord is your keeper, baby, you are being kept. Huh? Let's look a little further. Because he says here, the devices of the people of none effect. Then he says, the counsel of the Lord standeth forever. Goes right back. He shows you about all of these things, all the operations of the things that are happening down here that you see and whatnot, and then tell you that they ain't worth a quarter, that their devices ain't worth a quarter. What they say about you ain't about SHI. Y'all can finish it. Huh? What they're talking about ain't nothing. And then he comes down here to verse 11 and tells you, it's what I say. The counsel of the Lord stands forever. The thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he has chosen for his inheritance. Right there in the pages. I ain't making up nothing. Can you see it? It's right in the pages, but let's keep on going. Proverbs 19, family. Now watch this right here. We're going to just do a few minor. Let's read verses 20, and 21. Let's read that. It says, hear counsel and receive instructions. See that? I want to go over here and read this book over here. I want to go read that. Look, read this one. This is the one that you need to be concerned about. Don't be concerned about all other stuff. See, because you need to listen to what he has to say and obey what he has said. Huh? That's what you need. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mightest be wise in the latter days. But I'm going to go read this book right here. I read the Emerald Tablets. And the one that wrote them, what good did it do them? All this stuff that was left from somebody else writing, you could see that it didn't do them any good. They didn't escape. So what makes you think that now you have acquired this information, you're going to escape? I mean, can't you just think for just a little bit? Can't you see how simple God has made this and how far you are out in left field? The information is not going to do you any good if you don't know the God of the Hebrew. If you don't know the God that created, the creator of all things. If you don't know him and you hadn't been obeying him and you're not a part of his people, then I'm gonna lay it out straight and simple. You in trouble. You're in trouble. Because he started out doing that, killing what all these other nations, and he's gonna end what? He's going to end the same way he started. He's not going to change his means of operation. If he does that, then that makes him a liar. Listen, I don't know what else I could say to help we our people. I don't. I have a mission. I have an assignment, and I'm here for we his people. I mean, can't you see the love that God has put in this? he uses one that no one would ever consider to let you know that it's me. Because if I use one that is highly educated and whatnot, then you can say, well, okay, well, I can do that. I can do that, because look at his education, either her education. Look how well they form sentences and how well they present themselves. And you fall for the okie doke. You fall for the okie doke. And look what he says. There is many devices, meaning plans, in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord. Y'all see that? Do you see it? See, so one can have all these plans about they doing something and whatnot. It's going to be what the Most High says. It's going to be that the day that you disobey me, that's the day that you're going to die. You're going to pay for that. That's why I am here to warn we his people. He says in Ezekiel 33, he says, warn them from me. Y'all go read it. This is not a joke. This is not something that, he just made up something and he just on the internet low. No, I am here pleading with you. Because I had my burning bush experience with the Most High. Every individual that he called, they had an experience with him that is unbelievable. It is a experience that one cannot even explain. The person cannot even explain it. That it happened to. All of them. Even when he called Samuel, when Samuel was in the temple living with Eli. Samuel thought Eli was calling him because he heard a voice and he knew wasn't nobody in there but him and Eli. So he went to Eli. But let's say he was there by himself and he heard the voice. Who could he go to? Know what he would have did? He would have ran out of there because his five senses would have told him to run or leave there. But Eli told him, say, go and lay back down. You hear it again, it is the Lord. Say, here I am. But let us keep on going. Let's read that again. The latter part of it said, nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. See that? That. No matter what someone may say about you or me, if God has not commanded it, it's not going to transpire. And see, we have to look at God. God say, the word says, wait on me. Wait on the Lord. I say, wait. Why? Because that which he said at the beginning is what's going to transpire at the end. That's why the end and the beginning is the same to him, because he's not going to change. A person lies to you, they'll tell you one thing now, and then later on down the line, it'll start changing. And at the end, like the word says, when you add to the Most High's word or take away from it, he said, at the end, you're going to be found a liar. You're going to be found a liar. Why? Because it's not going to happen. But anyway, family, we're going to go ahead and close out there. We're going to close out there. Let's look. Let me see. I want to look at one more. No, we're going to close out there. But I want you guys to understand that time has two faces, but they are yet one and the same. All right? We love you guys from over here at the High Priest of the whole house of Israel. Until our next time, our next Sabbath, we say we love you guys. Shalom.
Levi, but God is best for ya. We need to care enough to push our ego aside, cut emotional ties and just let it ride. We say we trust him, so let us look through his eyes. Now let us love him, cause his word is a lie. Move your selfish pride, now set it all aside, and don't you look back and keep your head to the sky.